Everywhere I look, I see people starting up their own small businesses or monetizing their side hustles. But what I'm also seeing is that these same people are trying to do everything all at once and all by themselves. And this is leaving them feeling stressed out, overwhelmed, and burnt out. So in today's video, I want to talk about how to reach your goals without triggering your anxiety and without burning yourself out. Hi, I'm Johara. Welcome to my channel. I use this space to teach other entrepreneurs how to manage their anxiety so that they can actually achieve the goals that they set out for themselves. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting that little bell icon so that you can be the first to know when my videos come out. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a little thumbs up so that I can bring you more quality content just like this. Okay, so let's get right to it. The first thing you need to do is keep your main goal at the top of your mind at all times. Using a vision board will help you stay focused on the tasks and the projects that you need to do each and every day to achieve that big goal. If you have no idea how to set up a vision board that isn't just a jumble of pictures but actually works for you, I've created a quick guide with journal prompts and templates as well as little stickers that you can use to set up and create the type of vision board that will absolutely work for you. I'll put a link to that in the description below and you can check it out. So what are your goals? What do you want to achieve for the rest of the year? Let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to know what you've been working on. So the next thing you need to do is break that big goal up into manageable stages. So if you want to write a book, for example, the stages that you would look at would be your research stage, planning out what it is you want to talk about, creating your first draft, then writing your second draft, finalizing it, and writing a third draft. So breaking your goal up into stages like this will help you see your goal as manageable and achievable instead of overwhelming and completely unattainable. So the next thing you need to do is break down each of those stages into mini goals or tasks. When you break up each stage like this, you get a feel for what needs to get done each and every day to complete the task and complete that stage of your goal. This helps you avoid getting overwhelmed by the sheer amount of work that you need to do. Sometimes when we think about the work that we need to do, we tend to inflate it in our minds. So a small task can feel completely really difficult and you avoid it at all costs, and then you'll end up procrastinating. But when you actually get down to doing that task, it's so much easier than you thought. I mean, this happens to me all the time. I don't know if it happens to you. If it happens to you, let me know in the comments below if you've ever experienced this yourself. When I break my stages down into manageable mini goals, I'm able to achieve my goals so much faster because those little tasks go so much faster than I ever thought they would. So the next thing you need to do is to focus on one task at a time. Resist the temptation to do too much. This is where a lot of people go wrong. They try to multitask. When you focus on the task at hand and don't divide your attention, you'll be able to work through the task much faster and to a higher quality than you ever thought possible. This also has the added benefit of keeping you calm because you're not trying to do too much all at once. You're not overwhelming yourself. So the next thing you need to remember is only move on to the next task once the task you're working on is finished or almost finished. So what I see a lot of people doing is near the end of one task, they get a little bit bored because the last 10% of every task is difficult. You have to slog your way through it, and they pick up the next task, and then that happens with that task and the task after that and the task after that. The problem with this is that you end up having hanging tasks. Hanging tasks like this are never 100% forgotten. They're always somewhere at the back of your mind. That's what's making you feel overwhelmed, and it's adding to your stress, and it might even start triggering your anxiety. So the next thing you need to remember is to take breaks. Breaks are essential. When you rest, you recharge your batteries. You'll have more energy after that break than if you just slog through it. And when you're energized, you can actually focus 100% on that task at hand. When your energy levels are higher, you can work to a higher quality with 100% of your focus and your mental energy. When you can work to a higher quality, you'll be able to finish the task much faster. It can be really difficult to get back into the rhythm of working once you've stopped, because the first 1% of any task, of any project, is usually the hardest. This is when we tend to procrastinate and fill our time with other doodads that have nothing to do with the goal that we're currently working on. But I found a little way around that. I don't take breaks once a task is completely finished. When I'm almost finished the first task, I will start working on or planning the next task. So as soon as I'm finished with the first task, I just do a little bit of the second task and then I take a break. When I get back to the second task, it's so much easier to just carry on working at the same pace that I had when I was working on the first task. This is such a good strategy. I don't know how I discovered it, but it's just a little trick that I use that has worked so well for me, because it meant that I don't burn out because I am taking breaks, but I also never lose that momentum, that flow that I worked so hard to attain. So now that you know what you need to focus on each and every day so that you can achieve your goal without feeling overwhelmed, you need to learn how to work faster by actually doing less. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this next video.